4 in Vrindavan. We're reading from that. Just give me 1 second. I'll just start the live stream and then we'll begin. 4 in Vrindavan. Okay. So far in this session, I want to welcome all of you to today's session. Thank you for joining. More devotees will join as the session progresses. I will share the screen with you. In the previous sessions, so the title of this section, this chapter, is Varnasrama College. This is the morning walk which happened on March 14, 1974. So far, what we discussed was who is this Varna, because this is a continuation. In the previous chapter is also a morning walk on Varnasrama College, which happened on the 12th of March. So we've been reading it in sequence. So far what we read in this chapter, and we've been reading it for a few sessions now, this particular chapter, it's so important, about Varnashram College. Who is this Varnashram College for? It is for everyone, the way the regular colleges outside, engineering college or medical college, it's open to everyone, provided one fulfills the conditions. What is the condition? You have to have some prerequisites. Similarly, anyone who is, so what is the prerequisite to join Varnashrama College? Srila Prabhupada said, anyone who is willing to be trained. Then what is the age for students to join Varnashrama College? Srila Prabhupada said, no, the question was, how is this Varnashrama College going to be different from Gurukula? Gurukula is for small boys, small children, whereas Varnashrama College begins later. So even the age was asked, and Srila Prabhupada said like 12, 13 years. The college will start from 12, 13 years. Then other questions were also asked about what will be taught. Will we teach regular lessons, regular topics like maths and science? No, what education exactly do you teach there? So Srila Prabhupada said, yeah, you'll teach the skills of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya, Shudra, whatever duties they have to do. So for example, for Vaishyas, do we teach them business? No, not the way we learn business in business school. That is not what Vaishyas are taught. Vaishyas will be taught about agriculture, Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam. Whatever is in excess, that is how to trade the excess that you have. That is business. And then there is Shudra. Do we need Varnashrama College for Shudras also? Srila Prabhupada said, yes, then they need to be trained how to be obedient. Shudra means the qualification for a Shudra is to take orders, to be an order carrier. You don't need big, lot of intelligence there to carry out the duties, but that quality of obedience has to be there. So they have to be trained in that. Then there was a question about what about arts and crafts? Where do that fall? So Prabhupada said arts and crafts means Shudras. So then, Shudras, in modern society in America, they're considered to be philosophers, right? They're artists, they're considered to be philosophers. So Srila Prabhupada said, this is nonsense. They don't even know what is philosophy. And then Srila Prabhupada said, how people are all on the level of animals. Only they have 2 hands and 2 legs and they're wearing clothes, right? But actually they're only animals. Why animals? Because if you don't have the knowledge of scripture, if you don't have Shastra Pramana, then simply if you have Pratyaksha and Anumana Pramana, we discussed this on that day. Pratyaksha Pramana means knowledge gained through sense perception. Anumana pramana means knowledge which is gained through hypothesis. And whatever books, whatever knowledge we gain in our schools and colleges and libraries, it is based on either pratyaksha or anumana pramana. This much knowledge is there even in animals. So in modern day, there is no shastra jnana given. That means people are kept on the platform of animals. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada said they don't even know what is Shastra, what is philosophy. Hmm? Then what is the solution? Therefore, Varnasrama school is required. So this is the class of people that are there in society. How to bring them up? Varnasrama college is required, right? We have to start a Varnasrama college. So, in Varnashrama college, do we need to give them any material education like history? Srila Prabhupada said history means not just chronological order of who came and ruled and who, which dynasty was finished and then the next, and then what happened, American civilization and, the Renaissance and this and that. No need. What is the use of all this education? It's simply waste of time. History means Mahabharat. And that means you have to study about great personalities. Parikshit Maharaj, the Pandavas, how they ruled. This is history. That type of history is useful. So in Varnashrama College, that type of history will be taught. Then, so what are the duties for each order was being discussed. One more next question was in our Varnashram college, will what will be expected of the students who join here? Will we expect them to follow the four regulative principles and chant Hare Krishna? Because Srila Prabhupada said it is open to everyone. It is not only for the ISKCON devotees. It is open to others also. Then what will be expected from them? Anyone who comes to Varnashram college, are they required to follow four regulative principles? Also, whether it is a, what do you say, boarding school or day school. Srila Prabhupada said day school, they will not have that inclination to, if they're coming from home, they won't have the inclination. You have to keep them here. So boarding school is required. And then when they're in the boarding school, then do they have to follow four regulative principles? Srila Prabhupada said yes, that is essential. They have to follow four regulative principles. But see, this is Varnashram college, so there will be training for Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. So for Kshatriyas and Shudras, there is some concession. They can, if they desire, they can be allowed to eat meat, Srila Prabhupada said. But not buying from slaughterhouse or from shop. That is not allowed. They have to go and personally go to the forest, personally kill the animal, cook it, and then eat it if they want. The students also. Kshatriyas and Shudras are given. So we discussed there why Kshatriyas and Shudras. Kshatriyas because they keep themselves fit by fighting, and Shudras because of their mode of ignorance. If they desire, the way to restrict that is to reduce that is to put some regulations. So they can only do once a month on Amavasya day, right? And they have to offer sacrifice, and also lower animals, no higher than a goat can be offered, like that. Then how cow should not be killed, right? And all that. And intoxication and all that is not allowed. The next question is women. What about women? Do we have Varnashrama college for women? Prabhupada said, no, Varnashrama college is meant for men, not for women. Because women's training is how to be faithful, how to be humble, obedient and being humble and being faithful. Why? Because this is a natural propensity in women. That body, women's body, has that natural, that nature is there. That just has to be fanned properly and it will come out. But these qualities of being chaste to one person and being humble, you don't find in men. Therefore, men need to be trained in Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. They need to be given that type of training because they will not have naturally these qualities. On the contrary, they will have the quality of Paurusham, right? Opposite of humility, right? They have that ego. So therefore, they have to be trained. Women don't need that type of training of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. They are very naturally, because of bad association, now they have been uh, led into, led to act against their natural propensities. But if they are guided properly, it's very easy for women to follow. If they have a good husband, it's very natural for them to have the qualities of humility and faithfulness. So therefore, a Varnashrama college is not meant for women. Next question was, do they need to learn Sanskrit? Prabhupada said, no need. It's not that everyone has to learn Sanskrit. Some, just like, I have translated and now you are studying. So they have to learn the subject matter. That is more important. It's not that everyone has to learn Sanskrit and translate. It's not required. Some people who have interest, they can do that. Then then there was question about what type of, do they chant? Prabhupada says yes, they have to chant. That will go on. Chanting will go on. And we devotees, when Srila Prabhupada says, so we spend quite a bit of time on this point. Prabhupada said, we devotees, we don't belong to any varna or any ashrama. Devotees are beyond varnashrama. So then we discussed on who is a devotee. When you say a devotee, one who has crossed the level of Shuddha Bhakti, Dhrida Shraddha, and has entered into Shuddha Bhakti. 24/7. Now, he got full faith that he has to do only devotional service. So that is a devotee. He is beyond Varnashrama. He does not need. But still, even though he is beyond, still he does. Why he does? To set example to others. So Srila Prabhupada says, just like I show you how to mop, how to clean the floor. I show you. Now, because then I take a mop and I'm showing you this is how you clean the floor. Now, if I'm showing you, does this mean that I'm a mopper, right? Like a janitor? Am I a cleaner? No. But to teach you how to clean, I'm showing. Similarly, those who are pure devotees, to show others how to live in a Varnashrama society, they themselves play the role of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but they are pure devotees. Why they are pure devotees? Because continuously they are performing devotional service, either through body, mind, or words. Continuously they are performing devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada gave the example of Dhruva Maharaj. How do you know he's a pure devotee? See, first of all, he got darshan of the Supreme Lord. Who gets darshan of the Sakshat? Bhagavad Sakshatkara, who will get? One who comes to the level of Krishna Prema, then he will get Bhagavad Sakshatkara. He got darshan of the Supreme Lord. And after that also now he's acting like a king. He's fighting with the yakshas. So you may become bewildered. If he's a pure devotee, why he's fighting like that? But you will see after, when he was fighting, when he was asked by his superiors to stop, he agreed, he stopped. And then being pleased with him, the Yaksharaj said, who is Yaksharaj? Kuvera said, ask me for a boon, I want to give you something. So Dhruva Maharaj said, he could have asked, right? As a Kshatriya, now who is Kuvera? He is the treasurer of the demigods. He could have given as much wealth, as Dhruva Maharaj had asked for. But he didn't ask. He said, please bless me with Krishna Bhakti. This is a pure devotee. Even though he is acting in this world in any platform, he anyabhilashita shunyam. He doesn't have any other desire save and except to please Krishna. So that's how we understand. Then we also saw, can you tell us something about training a Brahmana? Okay. So like in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, sama shaucham, satyam, kshantir, arjavam, all these qualities have to be there. You have to train them. How to develop these qualities, how to cultivate these qualities, you have to train in that. But what is practical training for them? What will they actually do? Then Srila Prabhupada said, Brahmanas means they're teachers. Teachers. So Srila Prabhupada gave the example of Dronacharya. He was teaching, even a Brahmana can even teach how to fight. As a teacher, someone has to teach. So it is the Brahmana's duty. He will teach all subjects. Vaishya's duties, Brahmana's duties, Kshatriya's duties, all duties he will teach. He will learn and he will teach. That's a Brahmana. So then Vishnujan Maharaj said, just like in New Vrindavan, uh, we do cow protection and we do agriculture, and then we go out and we teach to others in the cities. Yes, that's a Brahmana, like that. Then so a Brahmana should know all the subjects? No, it's not expected that one Brahmana has to know all subjects. He can learn some. So that means you learn one particular subject thoroughly and you teach that. You become a teacher of that. So I think that's where we stopped about training Brahmanas the last time. We can continue from there now. You can start from here. Anyone would like to read? Just raise your hand if you would like to read. Yes, Swati Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Are you
Pranam.
able to hear, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I can hear, Mataji. Go ahead. Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, yes, that's right. He is a Brahmana, but he is teaching how to take care of cows and plowing. Sudayananda, it is not that one is teacher has to teach everything. Prabhupada, no. Sudayananda, oh, I see. So a Brahmana teacher should become expert in a particular subject and then teach that. Prabhupada, yes. Sudayananda, oh, it is very exciting. Prabhupada, because all the at the present time in the Prabhupada. No, the thing is that actually at the present moment they are Shudras or less than Shudras. They are not human beings. The whole population of the world, it does not matter whether it is a Western or Eastern, that is the position. So unless they are trained up, so the societies already is in chaos and it will go on still more in chaos. It will be hell. How people will live, and these rascals are being elected as government men, and they are only making budget how to tax. No. So one side there is no rain, one side there is no rice, especially in India, and one side heavy tax. So they will be with all confused. They have already become confused. So in the confusion state, it is very difficult to make them Krishna consciousness. Therefore, preliminary help should be given. Vishnu Jana, preliminary Prabhupada, yes, that they should not be in chaos and confusion. Otherwise, how the brain will work? Vishnu Jana, yes, no one can give no one can give rapt attention without peace of mind. Prabhupada, yes. Our main aim is how to give them Krishna consciousness. But if they are already disturbed in every respect, then how they will take it? Therefore, we are taking these subjects to help him to come to Krishna consciousness. And this is the method Varnasrama.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hidayananda.
Thank you,
So
Mataji.
just to clarify, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. So what is Srila Prabhupada saying here? One more reason why we need Varnashrama. I mean, there are so many reasons, but just from another angle. What is the present situation? The present situation is because of, now we saw how the society must be divided based on varnas and ashrams. There should be Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Each person is going to do his particular dharma, his particular duty as enjoined in scriptures. And that is the role of Varnashrama college. The role of Varnashrama college is to train people to do their particular duties. What will happen if each person did his prescribed duties, whether Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras? What will happen? Anna bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava. Yagya bhavati parjanyo yagya karma samudbhava. For survival, we all need grains. We need food. Grains are produced when there are rains. Rains come because of sacrifice. This science, our modern system does not know. That when you perform sacrifice, then rains will come. When rains come, then food is produced. And for our sustenance, we need food. We don't need factories, we don't need technology, we don't need computers and cars for food. For food, we need grains, whether animals or human beings, anybody. If you eat food, this body is made of food only. So food production has to be done. Huh? And that food will come when there is rains. When will rains come? Can anyone control and cause rain? Man cannot do that. He cannot cause rains. Rains will happen when there is sacrifice. And sacrifice is born of what? Prescribed duties. That is why it is such a scientific system. If everyone engaged in his particular occupational prescribed duties means as enjoined in the Vedas, in the Shastras. When people engage in the prescribed duties, there will be rain because that is sacrifice. Sacrifice is born of prescribed duties. When there is sacrifice, then there will be rain. When there is rain, then there is food grains. Current situation is there is no sacrifice. People are godless. Whether right from beginning, you see the type of education in schools, in colleges, at workplace, there is no sense of God consciousness being instilled in people. Even whatever little that we learn at home from our parents, families, that is also erased when we go out and go into the association of the non-devotees. So the condition of society in the present day is there is no sacrifice because they're not doing prescribed duties. They're only doing vikarma. Vikarma means duties which are against scriptures. As a result, there is no rain and there is no food production. So on one hand, there is starvation. So people are in chaos. People are confused because of not having proper food. And on another hand, they have this system of democracy which is also not according to scriptures. Because we are electing leaders. In the previous paragraph, Srila Prabhupada said, the society is only filled with Shudras, not even Shudras, less than Shudras. The quality of people in society today is they are less than Shudras. Even Shudras is a qualified position. Just imagine how advanced is a Vedic society. In a Vedic society, the Shudras are considered to be the lowest in the four. And the Varna and Ashrama system, of course, you have those who are outcasts. But within the Varnasrama society, the lowest is the Shudras. But the Shudras are so qualified. They're very, very obedient and faithful to the master. Where do you find that quality today? So therefore, it is said the people in today's society are not even Shudras. They're less than Shudras. Now, from among such population, you select one person as the leader. What will he do? They will simply plunder in the form of taxation. They're coming together and they have this budget, and then to collect that, now they will exploit the people, the citizens, in the name of taxation. So the people will become, or they are already, in such a confused state. On one hand, there is no food to eat, and on the other hand, they're being plundered in the name of taxation. In this condition, if you go to people and you say, my dear friend, you drop everything, you surrender to Krishna and you chant Hare Krishna, you are not this body, you are actually a spirit soul. The spirit soul is meant to be an eternal servant of Krishna. He won't be able to take that. First of all, you have to pacify that person. Bring him, make him peaceful. Bring him out of that difficult condition. So therefore, even though our goal is to bring the whole society to the standard of Krishna consciousness means pure devotional service. That is why it is called Daiva Varnashram, not just Varnashram. We want to bring them to the platform of pure devotional service. But in order to bring them there, first you have to give preliminary help that preliminary help is this Daiva Varnashram society, because when there is a Daiva Varnashram society, they will be brought out of this confusion. There will be some peace. They will be brought to the mode of goodness. Now, when they are instructed in Krishna consciousness, they will be able to accept it properly. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying here. We will have discussion soon. Let's read a little bit and then we can discuss. If any points are coming to your mind, please take note, or you can raise your hand also. This is supposed to be a discussion class. Okay. So preliminary, yes. Therefore, preliminary help should be given. What is that preliminary help? They should not be in chaos and confusion. Otherwise, how brain will work? Yes. No one can give rapt attention without peace of mind. Okay. So next. Who wants to read next? Should I call on anyone? Yes, Kavita Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, सभी को.
Yes, ma'am.
हरे कृष्ण. प्रभुपाद की जय. Vishnu Jnana. Yes, no one can give rapt attention without peace of mind. Prabhupada. Yes. Our main aim is how to give them Krishna consciousness. But if they are already disturbed in every respect, then how they will take it. Therefore, we are taking these subjects. So help him to come to the Krishna consciousness. And this is the method of Varnasrama. Hridyananda. So just to clarify, Prabhupada, I want to make sure I have it very clear that if someone comes to our Varnashram college, even though this may be preliminary help, in general, you have made some expectation, but in general, exceptions. But in general, when they come to our college, they have to follow the 4 regulative principles. Also learn something about Bhagavad Gita, and then side by side they learn a Prabhupada. 4 regulative principle compulsory. Hridyananda, yes, Prabhupada. But if some of the Kshatriya or the Shudras, they want, so that is our prescription. Go to the forest and kill some animal and eat that. That's all. You can kill one boar. Some disturbing elements you can kill. You can kill some tiger. Like that. Learn to kill. No violence. Non-violence. No non-violence. Learn to kill. Here also, as soon as you'll find the Kshatriya, a thief, a raw unwanted elements in the society, kill him. That's all finished. Kill him, bus finished. So other will see how hundreds and thousands, no mercy, kill him. That's all. Yadurvara. Yadvara. How would the Kshatriya kill the animals, Prabhupada? Yadurvara. How would they kill? With guns or bow and or arrow, Prabhupada. That as it is suitable. It is not that because the Kshatriya were killing by bows and arrows formerly, you have to continue that. That is another foolishness. If you have got, if you can kill easily by guns, take that gun, just like formerly Paribraja, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked on the street. There was no aeroplane or he did not use it. Does it mean that I shall have to follow that? I must take the jet engine if it is available. If somebody criticizes, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked on plane and you are traveling in the jet plane, so, shall I have to take that idea? These are rascaldom. rascal. When you have to work, you have to work with the greatest facilities. That's all. Now I have got the facility of the talking in microphone. And so why should I not take it? It will be recorded. It will be heard by so many others. I have speaking to 4, 5 men. It can be heard by a big crowd of 400 men. Vishnu Gyana. So we should
Perpetuate.
perpetuate this technical skill of Prabhupada. No, we are not going to. But if somebody is interested doing, so we take it, make the best use of it. Hare Krishna.
Dharma, thank you. Yeah. So here the question was about what, Kshatriyas and Shudras, they are given that concession to eat meat. Otherwise, following four regulative principles is compulsory for all the participants. Following four regulative principles is mandatory for all the students who join the Varnashram college. But for Kshatriyas and Shudras, there is some concession because you have to give that according to their nature. So Kshatriyas and Shudras, they can be allowed to eat meat. But the condition is they have to go and kill themselves. No buying from slaughterhouse. And also for Kshatriyas especially, they need to learn how to kill. When they find a rogue, a thief, it's not that, oh, you feel sorry. That's not a Kshatriya's business. Kshatriya's business is as soon as he sees something which is against Dharma, immediately he must stop it there. He should be ready. He should be trained to kill. That is a Kshatriya. No non-violence, Srila Prabhupada is saying. No non-violence. Learn to kill. That is a Kshatriya. Right? Not like a Brahmana. That's why Krishna condemned. When Arjun was saying, Arjun is a Kshatriya, Arjun is expected to fight and kill on the battlefield and is feeling sorry for the enemy. Krishna didn't approve it. He said, what nonsense is this? So that's not a Brahmana. Brahmana, you have to act according to your position. So therefore, Kshatriya means he must learn to kill. Then how will he kill? Can does he have to use bows and arrows to kill? Interesting, because we also have these ideas, isn't it? That, oh, we have to do everything in the Vedic way. So therefore we will use bows and no doubt, actually. I mean, when we read Mahabharata and we see, actually, when they fight with bows and arrows and swords and spears, you actually see how brave the person is, you know. There's no doubt, when we read about how Arjun was fighting, all the warriors they were fighting in the battle of Kurukshetra, you see their actual physical strength for hours and hours, and especially the Maharathis and Atirathis, they're fighting with tens of thousands of opponents single-handedly, and they didn't have any bombs or any guns. Just with their arms they were fighting. Oh, we can understand what standard of a Kshatriya he was, right? No doubt. But then, if I say now, also we will use. The thing is, let's say if there's a battle and you say, no, we will fight with, somebody attacks your community. And the people who are attacking, they're coming with guns and bombs and everything. And you will say, no, we will only fight with swords and arrows. Is it going to be efficient? No. So to deal with them, you should also use whatever is available, Srila Prabhupada is saying. If they're already available, just use them for the right purpose. So Srila Prabhupada is giving the example of traveling in airplanes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked. When he went to South India, when he went to Vrindavan, he walked through the jungles. Oh, Mahaprabhu walked, so I will also walk. But now the mission is you have to spread it all over the world. How will you do it? So Srila Prabhupada said, whatever means is available to get the best result, use it. in Krishna's service, you use it. But then the next question comes, oh, so now we will also start preparing these things because it's very beneficial. No, we won't. Because the way these things were produced, it's vikarma. We are not going to produce those things. We are not going to promote production of those things. But since somebody is doing it anyway, you use it in Krishna's service, that person is also going to be benefited. He's making it anyway. It is lying there. And he's going to use it for some sinful activity or some, sense gratificatory activity. You engage that in Krishna's service. That's all. So also another example is of microphone. If I speak without a microphone, I can speak to 10 people maybe. But if I had a microphone, I can speak to 100 people, even 1,000 people. So that message of Krishna reaches to greater people. So in that way, of course, this intelligence of how much to use, what is the limit, that comes with maturity in Krishna consciousness and, by the mercy of the previous acharyas and Krishna. So when we are in doubt about how much to use and what not to use, we can always consult with those who are, superior to us, senior to us, like our Shiksha Gurus. Specifically, if you want to know about, oh, can I use this or not, we can always consult. If we don't have that type of advanced understanding ourselves, we should consult with superiors. But here, the point that Srila Prabhupada is making is that use whatever is there to get the best result. What is the result here? You're trying to spread Krishna consciousness, right? So he's saying that is, right? Mahaprabhu walked on leg, so therefore I will also not use jet plane. This is rascaldom. The point is, when you have to work with the greatest facility. No doubt, Srila Prabhupada was criticized for this. Even Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was also criticized. Because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in those days would use a car to go, for his preaching programs. He would go in a car. And people criticized him for that. And what to speak of sending sannyasis across the ocean. Anyone who crossed the ocean is said to have lost his dharma, right? But still, for a higher principle of Krishna consciousness. That is why it has to be done very carefully. Now, the other side of the story is, in the name of doing it for higher principle, we go to any extent. And if you really look into it, it is meant simply for my sense gratification and comfort. But we just give the tag, oh, for a higher principle, I'm doing this. That is why intelligence is required, sincerity is required. When we are dealing with material energy, technology, be very careful to what extent you can use. And it's not that we are going to promote making those things. After all, our mission is Daiva Varnashram Society. We want to establish Daiva Varnashram Society. So there we will use, we have to be self-sufficient, right? We don't want to depend on the things which are made outside. We want to have a self-sufficient community. Nevertheless, this is in the initial stages. We're talking about the Varnasrama college, about training. So, yeah. So when you have to work with the greatest facility. Okay. Now I have got the facility of talking in microphone. So why should I not take it? It will be recorded. Srila Prabhupada used a dictaphone, right? Like that. It will be heard by so many others. I'm speaking to 4 or 5 men. It can be heard by a big crowd of 400 men. So we should perpetuate this technical skill. Should we also train them in this technical skill? No, we are not going to do that. So that is very clear. It's not that we are promoting and we are glorifying, oh, this technology is so nice. No, but because it is already there, we are going to use it. We are not going to do that. Okay. But if somebody is interested and is doing it, so we take it, make the best use of it. Another example, Srila Prabhupada says, the in a morning walk, Srila Prabhupada says, I think this is in Paris. I forget exactly where. I think it's in Paris now. But there's a park. Devotees with Srila Prabhupada were going on a morning walk in the park. And when they were walking, they saw nobody is there because devotees went early in the morning. After Mangalarti, they go for a walk. So early in the morning, nobody was there because in the Western world, people stay up late until late in the night in sense gratification, drinking, etc. And the next day morning, early in the morning, who is going to come? But they are the people who constructed, built that park. But they are not there to enjoy the park early in the morning. So Srila Prabhupada said, so this is called Ajagara Vritti. Ajagara Vritti means a little mouse, right, works very hard to make burrows in the field and it will go and sit inside. The snake will come, eat the mouse, and take that hole. So, like that, Srila Prabhupada said, these karmis, they work so hard and they made this park, but they are not there to enjoy it. We devotees will come and we will enjoy it. So, like that means they will do it anyway. Now, you use that in Krishna's service. Yeah, but not that that's why here we're talking about whenever Srila Prabhupada is saying devotees means you understand a pure devotee. A pure devotee has no interest in sense gratification. Anya abhilashita shunyam. His only interest is to please Krishna. Okay, next. Who wants to read next? Nobody? Okay, then I'll just read. If you want to read anytime, just raise your hand, electronic hand, or just unmute yourself. Bhadra Mataji, you want to read? Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhupada said, just like we do not want money, but they have money by so many ways. So we take their money and construct a temple. We can sit down here and chant Hare Krishna. We don't require that temple. But these rascals are accumulating money for wine and women. Take their money, some way or other, builds a temple and invite them. Come and see. Give them prasadam. Give them prasadam. This is our policy. We are not constructing big buildings and temple for our convenience, for their convenience. This is sannyasi, Vishnu Jana. So there should be always be a programs in the temple for their welfare, not? Prabhupada said, yes, Vishnu Jana. That we live there, and Prabhupada said, no, but we are taking it. Now we have got very nice house, room. Let's sleep and eat. Vishnu Jana. Then there will be wide criticism. Prabhupada said, that is not good. Vrindavana. Prabhupada said, you should remain always sannyasi within, outwardly, for others' convenience. You may do something. Similarly, we are accepting this Varnasrama. We are not Varnasrama. We are above Varnasrama. But to give others facility to come to the stage of Krishna consciousness, this program must be done. Vrindavana. Prabhupada, generally in college in the West, they change some fee for going to the college. What is our position? Prabhupada said, no, we don't charge any fee. There is no question of money because the Brahmanas, they will teach free. They require money because they have to give fat salary to these rascals. But we haven't got it, and even we have to feed them. So we produce our own grain. So where is the question of taking money? So therefore it is required. Somebody must produce food. Then there is no necessity of any money.
1 second, Mataji.
Vriddavana.
One
Yeah.
second. Yeah. Let me just cover these points.
Okay.
So, what is Srila Prabhupada saying? That why people, so should we also promote technical skill? No, we will not do that. Right? We are not going to do that. And also, we don't want money. Huh? They are having money they're earning money in so many different ways. We take their money and construct a temple. You understand? Prabhupada is giving an example. The way, so we are not going to promote technical skill. We are not, in our Varnasrama college, we are not going to teach technology and technical skill. Just like we don't go and work to earn money. We don't earn money, but we use money. We don't earn money by working. We don't do karma to earn money, but we use money. How we use money? Because others are working and earning anyway, and they give us donation. We accept that money. And what do we do with that money after accepting it? We construct a nice temple. But the important point is, after you construct a nice temple, don't think that now I have a nice temple and I have a nice facility, nice rooms for my comfort. That should not be the consciousness of the devotee. They are working anyway and they're earning so much money, and if you don't take that money, they are going to spend that money in some sense gratification, and that will cause them to go to hell. So don't allow them to waste that money in sense gratification. You take that money, you preach to them, you take that money. With that money, you perform gorgeous deity worship, construct a big temple, and you worship Krishna gorgeously with that money, and you create a facility for these people to come. So when they give a donation, they have that connection with the temple. Oh, I have donated for this temple. Now they will start coming to the temple. You create a nice facility for them where they can come and they can see, take darshan of the deities, hear bhajans, kirtans, Krishna Katha they can hear. Come and see how Krishna is worshipped. That is the whole idea. But to do that, are you going to go and work? Devotees will now start working and earning money outside so that they can build temples? No need. You don't need to do that. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. Similarly, the whatever, through technology, whether microphone or dictaphone or whatever else we are using, laptops nowadays, right? Whatever we are using, they're making them anyway. You take it and you use it in Krishna's service. That is the point. So then, but important thing is, if you become corrupt, that's a problem. Now you become attracted to the facilities that are coming, and then you think, oh, I will collect all this donation, I will build a nice temple. Now I have a comfortable situation. I don't have to worry about my old age, what will happen. Now I have a secure position for myself. No, you should always remain a sannyasi within. Externally, you're building a temple, which seems like, you're doing work, different types of work. Although you're doing that work for Krishna, but no attachment, right? Inside, you should always remain a sannyasi. That's why Srila Prabhupada is saying, for ourselves, we can sit under a tree and we can chant, no problem. Then why we are having these big temples? ISKCON is criticized sometimes by people outside. Oh, they have such, luxurious, temples and such facilities and such rich prasadam. Because if we didn't have that, these people, rich people, they won't come. They will think we have all these things here. If you invited them to come and sit under the temple, under a tree, come, we will discuss Krishna Katha, they won't come. But you see such an opulent temple with everything and you call them, now they will want to come. So for their sake, we are building, not that we need it. So we should always remain like a sannyasi. That's the point Srila Prabhupada is making here. This is our policy. We are not constructing big buildings and temples for our convenience, but for their convenience. This is sannyasi. And then next point was, same point. So there should always be programs in temples for their welfare, not that we live there. So the temple is constructed for their welfare. Constantly there is deity from morning 4 o'clock until night 10 o'clock. There's worship of the deity going on, and there's some program or the other going on, some kirtan, some class, right? Aarti, like that. Whoever comes, they're engaged always in Krishna consciousness. So not that, oh, now we have a nice big temple and I can be comfortable there. No. But we are taking it. Now we have got a very nice house, room, let us sleep and eat. That should not be. I have become a brahmachari. Now I don't have to worry about how I will earn, how I'll pay my bills. Prasadam will come on time. So I will live comfortably here. I can sleep. No. Then there will be wide criticism of devotees. So even though we have facilities, even though we have temples, living in the temple, we should always remember temple, or now everyone in this group is all householders. So even for us also, right? Our position is we are always servants only. Whatever facility, whatever position, how much ever money comes, never, a devotee should never see himself as, the enjoyer. Now I have the comforts, let me enjoy. My position is I'm always a servant. So Prabhupada is saying that is not good. You should remain always sannyasi within. Outwardly, for others' convenience, you may do something. Similarly, we are accepting this Varnasrama. Same point. Varnasrama also. Varnasrama means duties. A devotee inside, a Shuddha Bhakta, is constantly, his conviction is, I'm simply a servant of Krishna. I'm not a Brahmana. I'm not a Kshatriya, Vaisya, Shudra. I'm not Indian, American. I'm not software professional. I'm not doctor. I'm not nothing. I am only a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. And on that level, he's constantly chanting. But externally, he will play the role of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Varnashram. So we are accepting this Varnashram. We are not Varnashram. We are above Varnashram. But to give others facility to come to the stage of Krishna consciousness, this program must be done. So we also discussed this in the previous class. Pure devotees, also there are two types. One is Bhajananandi, one is Goshtyanandi. Bhajananandi, he won't do any Varnashrama duties. He will simply be doing his bhajan somewhere, chanting, worshipping, like that. Goshtyanandi, he will also be doing 24-hour bhajan, but he can be doing it through his lips or in his mind, but externally, he will also come in the society and he will take roles to teach others, to set example to others. He can take the role of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, like that. So that's a Goshtyanandi. So Prabhupada is saying we should be Goshtyanandis, right? Give others facility to come to the stage of Krishna consciousness. This program must be done because ours is a preaching movement. So then one more point was said, should we charge fee? This is another point. Should we charge fee in our Varnashrama college? Prabhupada said, no, we don't charge any fee. Why? Because that is the system. Varnashrama system, Shastra says Brahmanas don't charge any fee. But then Brahmanas are maintained by society. They are given donation. Right? Someone brings, according to their means, someone brings grain, someone brings, whatever they have, whatever they are producing, or whatever, according to their occupation, whatever they have, they bring that. So there is no question of charging fee. And who are the teachers in Varnashrama college? Brahmanas. And Brahmanas, they don't take any salary. So what is the need of charging fee from the students? Of course, if the student does not offer any Guru Dakshina, the knowledge which he is getting, he won't be able to keep. The student must give Guru Dakshina. What type of Guru Dakshina he will give? He can give in terms of service, or he can give in terms of kind, whatever, if he's a, like a vaisya, let's say, then whatever he's producing, he can share that. If he's, doing cow protection, he'll give some milk or milk products, right? Agriculture, whatever he's producing, he can bring. Then if he's a Kshatriya, he can, offer some protection or do some service in that regard, like that. Get some land or something, he can give some land, like that. Guru Dakshina has to be given, but fees is not charged. Whereas in outside colleges, they have to maintain the teachers with fat salaries. To pay the teachers, now they have to charge. See how Srila Prabhupada started the system and where we are going now with our education system, even within our devotee society. We have to see. So yeah, no question of charging money. So where is the question of taking money? Therefore, it is required somebody must produce food, then there is no necessity of money. Okay. So Saujanya Mataji, Jayarada Mataji, you have a question or you wanted to read?
Mataji, I wanted to read.
Okay, I'll take Saujanya Mataji, next you'll read. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Because sometimes we do hear outside, we hate people asking donations. Always money, money, money. ISKCON means like money, like that, right? It's because no right knowledge, right? Like now, what Prabhupada is saying, we are not asking money for our comfort. You are earning, and we want to build a temple so that you get some peace. You come like that, right?
Right.
So I don't know what kind of message people are getting when they are asked for donations. But Prabhupada has already trained nicely given, right?
Yes.
I feel like by winning the heart is where the other person feels like a gratitude to give donation. It is
Yeah.
not like a commercial business. Or you have come to temple, give donation.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm just telling what stuck to my mind, Mataji. Like, I feel so bad when I hear from people, Are Baba, aap kya dekh rahe? You're only thinking of they're asking money for donations. Are you not thinking what you're getting benefited? Did anybody tell you, what you get benefit? Come to the temple or listen. I don't know, Mataji, if really people think like that. I'm not saying people are not thinking. Um,
Both sides are there here, Mataji. It's a very important
ah,
point that you said. From both sides, there's some problem. From our side also, making it clear to them, like you said, making them feel that, this is your temple and the donation that you are given, it is being spent here for
mm,
this purpose
mm.
and this facility. So they have to see that the transparency has to be there. When
Yes.
I'm giving some donation, where is my donation going? And it is not that it has not been misused.
Okay.
So when it is misused, then the trust is gone.
Yes.
So then
Yes.
they don't want to give. They think, oh, I work hard and I give, and these
Oh.
people take and they're building their properties and their,
Mm,
so why I'm giving for what?
mm.
They want to see that when I give some donation, it is actually being spent for spreading Krishna consciousness, putting up a festival or building a nice temple where people can come. And even after building the temple, that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. After building the temple, now you build nice, comfortable offices and rooms for yourself. And now hum jaake Raj karenge, right? We will live comfortably. When they see that in one temple, then for the next temple, they don't have
They
any.
don't.
Yeah,
Ah.
they don't have that inspiration, that
Exactly.
enthusiasm to come forward. But if they see after I have given, how every penny of this money is spent in Krishna consciousness, how the congregation is getting inspired in Krishna consciousness,
Mm,
how they're
mm,
actually, like
mm.
they're growing, their growth in Krishna consciousness. When people see, this is a really flourishing community, I want to put here. So yeah, that's the problem on our side. But also the problem on the other side, you already form a mentality, because someone who is in the, what is the quality of people when you say karmi means work hard, earn money, and with that money now I will spend it on myself, my family, I will enjoy, right? So they will have naturally attachment to money, they don't want to part with that. So when you ask them for money, it becomes very difficult. They're like, oh, my money, right? So they don't want to give. So they'll make some excuse. Why I have to give you? Instead, I will give it to some poor people or maybe to some hospital. This is better. You're actually seeing some poor people are eating, or some excuse they make. It's not that they're actually given. Even if they give here and there, it is not the same. When you feed a poor person or when you open a hospital, as opposed to when you give to Krishna, it is not the same. Nishkama Karma Yoga means the result of your karma directly offered to Krishna. That will actually purify the person's heart, because you have engaged your energy, your body, your time, your intelligence, you have spent with your hard work, you have earned the result, the salary, the money that you have earned. Now the result which you have earned by your hard work, you are giving it to Krishna. That is going to purify your senses, your heart, your mind. It's going to become purified of that attachment. That means it will elevate you from the bodily platform to spiritual platform. That is the benefit of offering to Krishna. One more thing I must say here. We are discussing
Hare Krishna Mataji, just to sorry to interrupt. It is not live streaming. I think so, Mataji.
Mataji?
It is not live streaming.
It is not live streaming. I see here YouTube.
Just now I checked, Mataji.
Acha, let me see one more time.
It is recording, right, Mataji? It says live on the corner.
Yeah, it is recording and it's happening, Mataji. It's coming. I see it. Swati Mataji, it's happening. Okay. So,
You wanted to say one more thing, Mataji, you said.
yes. So about giving this offering to Krishna, there's a very nice point that Prahlad Maharaj says. I can even share it with you. Actually, that will be better, I think. Just give me 1 second.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Yeah.
Is it in IDVM, Mataji?
IDVM. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, I saw in our regular class. Sorry.
Oh, maybe by mistake. Yeah, because recently I was doing IDVM channel. Oh, thank you, Priyanka Mataji. What happened was, recently we were doing the Transcendental Divya Chitrapatam, Transcendental Diagram course, and I was live streaming it there. So automatically it went there. It's fine. We can live stream it there and I'll just add the lecture here afterwards. 1 second. Let me share the verse from the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. This is the
Mataji,
verse.
in our temple, when there are any festivals, or sometimes, when they ask for donations, Rath Yatra like that, Mataji, you should speak this Varnashram Dharma, like how Prabhupada is telling. Because we don't want just people to think money, Mataji, right?
Yes, ma. Yeah. Actually, when I was in New Vrindavan, I was doing fundraising. And I was taught like this only because I was feeling, when asking also, I used to feel, I used to hesitate to ask them for their money. I felt like, I'm just asking, this is not good. But then
Yeah,
I was taught what Srila Prabhupada said.
very
But
nice.
when you ask, you're not asking for yourself. It is for their benefit. Or at least I should know whether how I tell it or not. I should be clear in my mind. Why I'm asking them is this is going to benefit that person by parting with sharing his hard-earned money with Krishna. He is actually going to benefit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
let
not
me.
saying it is missing, but it will, how some public things like, right?
Ah,
So,
yes, Mataji. So this is the 7th canto, 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj is praying. Actually, 1 second. I need to see the Sanskrit. This verse. Naivatmanah prabhurayam nijalabha purno manam janad avidushah karuno vrinite yadyajjano bhagavate vidadhita manam tachatmane pratimukhasya yatha mukhashrihi. Naivatmanah prabhur ayam nijalabha purno. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, my Lord, you're accepting from people whatever offerings they make to you. It is not meant for nija labh, for it's not out of selfishness, that it's not that by their giving something you are going to benefit. When we give something to Krishna, it is not that Krishna is hungry, he doesn't have, his starving, so when I go and give some donation, now Krishna will be able to eat. And if I didn't give any donation, his temple won't run, he cannot eat. Is it like that? No. Nija labha purna. He's complete in within himself. He doesn't need anything from outside. He's completely self-satisfied. He doesn't need anything from others. Right? How do you know this? Because generally in the society we will see people will accept honor and respect from those who are knowledgeable, those who know the etiquette. You understand? So somebody who is in knowledge, you will prefer to receive anything. If somebody invites you, right, to, as a chief guest or something, this is seen in society that any learned person, respectable person, he will be willing to accept respect from people who are in knowledge. He will not be willing to take honor from ignorant people. Those who are ignorant, they don't know how to do. So they will not accept it. But in the case of the Supreme Lord, he is accepting from even the most ignorant people. From everyone he is accepting. Why he is accepting from everyone? And if you say he's accepting because he's completely desperate, he does not have anything. So therefore, kahin se kuch bhi mil jaye, le lu. Let me take somehow whatever is coming. Is that his position? He's completely self-sufficient. He doesn't need anything from us. Still he's taking. Why? Why he's taking? And not only that, he's taking even from ignorant people he's taking. He's taking even from ignorant people. Manam janad avidushah karuno vrinite. Why? Because of his mercy. He is accepting even from avidushaha. Avidushaha means from ignorant people he is accepting service. Why? Out of his causeless mercy. And he doesn't need that service because he's nijalabha purna. He's completely satisfied within himself. He's complete in himself. He doesn't need anything from others. Still he's accepting even from the lowest persons, lowly people, when they come and offer something, he will take. Why he's taking? This is his mercy. Yad yad jano bhagavate vidadhita manam tachatmane. That means when someone gives something to the Lord is not going to become fat or he's not going to benefit from that. Rather, the person giving, he is going to benefit. So when I give something to Krishna, I am going to benefit so that I will benefit. Out of his mercy he is taking. Now you tell me, it is Krishna's mercy or not? It is Krishna's, out of mercy he is accepting. Because when he accepts it, by the other person is at an advantage. The person giving is at an advantage. By giving to Krishna, he is actually benefiting. He is coming out of the bondage of material existence. He is making progress spiritually by giving to Krishna. Simply to give that opportunity to that person to come out of his entanglement, the Lord is accepting. The Lord doesn't need whatever we are giving. And an example is given here. Tachatmane pratimukhasya yatha mukhashrihi. Now you have on your face, you apply beautiful tilak. And now you look at the reflection in the mirror. The reflection looks beautiful. Now the reflection is decorated with tilak. You want to see a nice tilak on the reflection. What should you do? Can you put a tilak on the reflection like you don't put any tilak on your face? And you look in the reflection and you put a tilak on the mirror. Will the reflection look beautiful? No. But if you put the tilak on your face, the reflection looks beautiful. That means this bimba is Krishna. Original face is Krishna. And the reflection is the living entity. So if I want to become happy, I should give to Krishna. If the reflection has to become beautiful, you decorate the face. When you decorate the face, the reflection becomes beautiful. When you give to Krishna, you become happy. It's not that Krishna becomes happy when I give to Krishna. This point, the preacher should understand very thoroughly that my taking from this person is meant for his benefit. Not that we use it as a mantra. Purity is the force, isn't it? If I don't have that purity in my heart, and if I use this mantra, this shloka, as a way to grab more and more, and I don't have purity in myself, and I take all that and put in my pocket, then is it going to have the desired effect? That shloka will have the desired effect on the other person? No. So therefore, again and again, here also we are seeing, Srila Prabhupada is saying, we should remain a sannyasi. We should not be hankering after, the donations that are coming for the Lord. We should always remain a sannyasi. So that is required. Purity on the side of the preacher is required. But also now charity begins at home, it is said, right? So you start with yourself first, right? Why I'm asking? This is for that person's benefit, and I genuinely want to see this person progress in Krishna consciousness. So at this point, he is not able to take to chanting directly. At least let him give something so that he will form that connection. I should have that first. And then now, when I, with that sincerity, when I speak to the other person and I tell him, my dear sir, see, this is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is Chakravarti Pramana. This is the highest Pramana. And in this Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Prahlad Maharaj is saying, when anyone gives to Krishna any donation he gives, he becomes happy. Not that Krishna is going to benefit. So whatever you are able to give, you please give. It will have effect on the other person. But do we have that much time to actually sit with that person and explain? And also, after taking the donation, do we still keep in touch with that person to see how he's progressing in Krishna consciousness? Relationship has to be built. So from this side. And the other side also, educate that person properly. So it will work both ways. But thank you for that point, Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, the shloka that you said from Bhagavatam, can you put that in the chat, or I don't know, or maybe
7, 9, 11, if you want to write down.
7?
7, 9, 11.
7, 9, 11. And Mataji, I had one more question from that context, what Srila Prabhupada said. See, we see people tell, I don't have an answer, that's why I'm asking you, Mataji. People say, Are, we're also working so that we can earn money and give for the temples, you know. So it's not like only those who do, japa, or like, I don't know, some people speak like that, but I don't know how to tell myself to tell them, Mataji. The question is, if we don't work and earn, how will temple sustain? Uh,
Yeah.
and some
Okay.
people say, "Are you're telling us to do this or that?" I mean, not among devotees, Mataji. It's a general question.
I understand. I got the
Not
point.
from ISKCON temple also, Mataji. Just in general, people
Yeah,
have
yeah.
this. I don't know, like, I know in our classes we all say like, whatever, give the fruits to Krishna, right? Like you work, but then results. We can't tell that technically like that. I don't know. You can help me, Mataji.
So now the point is, somebody is saying that if I don't work and earn money, how the temple will run? Because then I will work,
Yeah.
I will earn, then I will give donation, then only the
Yeah.
temple will run. And you are
Yeah.
telling me,
As if
yes.
Krishna is depending on them, but it's not like that. I don't know how to convey the message.
Yeah. So the point is, that is why, we did this. I'll just share with you. We did this course recently, the transcendental diagram. So that explains who is qualified to do what. Who is qualified to do what? So who has, someone who has, uh, 1 second, maybe speaking about Varnasrama, I'll just do this. Somebody who has the qualification to do work, who is qualified only to do karma, he will do karma here. 1 second.
They are not sharing, Mataji.
I'm not sharing, huh? Okay, 1 second.
I feel ISKCON has so many answers, and Prabhupada made it perfect for the current life. What does temple mean and all. But unfortunately, the message is not fully going there. And sometimes the message goes by our actions also, right? That's when people start getting connected.
Yeah.
It's a long way to go, but we are all in the journey.
You want to say something? Okay, Rasa Chaitanya Prabhu wants to say something. You can say.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji, in terms of your question, I remember something. when I was brahmachari in Juhu Mandir, once what happened, Ritvik people, they sent so many letters to all the big donors of ISKCON Bombay. And letter was about, child abuse, this, that, so on, all the nonsense about ISKCON. Ritvik people, they sent to all the donors so that the donors, they will not send money, and Janmashtami will be, spoiled, and it will be not celebrated nicely. So I was in a fundraising department, and I used to go every day with other devotees for fundraising and preaching and cultivating people. So when all these people, big donors, they got the letter, and when we went, they're telling, what is this? You see this letter? And then we were surprised, what is this letter came from where? Some of your devotees they have sent to us, and they have quoted in this newspaper, in this year, this, that. We are not going to give any money. Everybody was telling. And this was a big problem in a temple management, that how we are going to celebrate Janmashtami. And Bombay Janmashtami is one of the biggest Janmashtami. So thought what to do. But anyway, we tried our best. We went everywhere, and everybody, especially big donors, they were telling, we are not going to give money. And you know what happened? It came in a paper also that big donors, they are affected, they are very much fried out, and they are not going to support, they are not going to make any donation. So normal people, those who are not very big donor, they started giving more money. And we were thinking that Janmashtami will be failed. But what happened, it was a record break Janmashtami, because normal people, they started giving more, and all the big donors, they thought, oh, we were giving every year, and this year we didn't give. It's not good. Lord is Lord. So they given more. How much they used to give previous year they had given, they given more than that. And Janmashtami was record break. So whether somebody is working, whether somebody is not working, whether somebody wants to give or not, poor, this, that is second thing. Main thing is, if Lord wants to take, he will take.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You know.
So that's an example of how it's not Krishna's temple is not being run by theirs. But now I want to also thank you, Rasa Chaitanya Prabhu. So now I want to show you from Bhagavatam. This is from 11th canto, 20th chapter, text 6, 7, 8. This is Uddhav Gita. In Uddhav Gita, Lord Krishna is saying, Yoga Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Yogastrayo Maya Prokta Nrinam Shreyo Viditsaya Jnanam Karma Cha Bhaktischa Nopayonyosti Kutrachit. What is Krishna saying? Yogastrayo Maya Prokta. 3 types of yoga have been said by me. Nrinam Shreyo Viditsaya. For the Shreyaha, you can say for the auspiciousness, for the perfection of human beings. Viditsaya, desiring the perfection of human beings. 3 types of yoga have been given by me, have been said by me. Krishna is saying. What are they? Jnanam karma cha bhaktischa. Jnana, karma and bhakti. How many yogas are given? Only 3 yogas are given. Jnana, bhakti and karma. No payonyosti kutrachit. Other than these 3, there is no other 4th path. Only 3 paths. Krishna is saying, I have given only 3 paths. And what is this Shreyaha? Shreyaha, what is the result of karma? You will get Dharma, Artha, Kama, Trivarga. What is the result of Jnana? You will get Moksha. What is the result of Bhakti? You will get Prema. So these are the 3 results that one can get by following these 3 paths. Then Krishna says, who is qualified for which yoga? Now, who should do Jnana Yoga? Who should do Karma Yoga? Who should do Bhakti Yoga? Krishna is explaining. Nirvinnanam Jnana Yogo Nyasinam iha karmasu Teshva Nirvinna Chittanam Karma Yogastu Kaminam. Nirvinnanam means somebody who is detached completely. Who got Virakti. Virakti from what? Aihika, Paralaukika, Sukha, Vishaya, Pratishtha. Aihika means in this world, Paralaukika means in other worlds. higher planets and other planets. What is he detached from in this world and other planets? Vishaya, sense objects. Pratishtha, position, right? Whatever position it may be, high post position, he is detached from that. Aihika, Paralaukika, Vishaya, Sukha, Pratishtha. Sukha, the pleasures that he gets from those, by getting that position, whatever happiness and pleasure you get, or by getting those sense objects, whatever pleasure you will get, like wine and women, whatever it is, position, becoming Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, President, Miss Universe, or, the CEO of a company, whatever it may be. He is completely detached. Someone who gets that type of detachment, he is qualified for Jnana Yoga. And when someone gets that type of detachment, automatically, nyasinam iha karmasu. So when he has no attachment to the result, will he be attached to the process which gives that result? Because for you to get, you have to do karma, means you have to do various, in this world you want to get a higher post, then you have to work so hard, isn't it? You have to go to college and you have to, learn so many skills, you have to be very competitive, and finally you can get some, particular post. So will he be interested in the work? If he's not interested in the result, will he be interested in the work? No. Nyasinam, he will give up, like sannyas. He'll give up the karma also, because he has no attachment for the results, any type of material results in this world or other worlds. Naturally, he will also give up the work. That type of person is qualified for what? For Jnana Yoga. He is qualified for Jnana Yoga. Then who is qualified to do karma? Teshu anirvinna chittanam. Chitta means his heart. Anirvinna, there is no detachment. That means he has desire for aihika, paralaukika, sukha, pratishtha, vishaya. He is attached to the results in this world, in other worlds. What type of results? He is attached to the sense objects. He is attached to name, fame, post, position, and also he is attached to the pleasures that are coming from this post and from those sense objects. So somebody who he's anirvinna, he didn't get virakti. That means he still has asakti. Then for him, karma yoga is prescribed. And he's a kami. Kami means he has so many desires, right? So naturally, because he wants this particular result, he will be interested in the work which will give that result also. Oh, this yagya, if I do this yagya, I'll get that result. If I get this yagya, if I do this yagya, I'll get that result. So he will be involved in so many different types of karmas. Such a person who is filled with desires and who didn't get detachment, he has to do karma yoga. He's qualified for karma yoga only. Okay? He's qualified for karma yoga. Then who's qualified for bhakti yoga? Yadrichaya mat katha daujata shraddhastu yah puman na nirvinno nati sakto bhakti yogosya siddhidaha. Yadrichaya. Yadrichaya means somehow or other. Kenapi. There's much discussion on that yadrichaya, which we won't discuss now in this session. But in short, yadrichaya means somehow or other. Mat kathado, this is Krishna speaking. Mat katha, in my katha, adi, and other things, right? That means all bhakti. He gets jata shraddha. Somehow or other, shraddha is born. Jata means born. Jata shraddhas. Yah puman. That person who somehow or other got shraddha in my katha. That means now he got interest in bhakti. To hear about the glories of the Lord, right? To speak the glories of the Lord, to do some service for the Lord. Somehow or other he got interest. Mat katha adi. That means devotional service. How he got this interest? How he got this shraddha? Faith. Interest nahi. Faith. Faith. Shraddha. And here Shraddha means Dhrida Shraddha. Such Shraddha that 24 hours he wants to only hear Krishna Katha. That person who gets Shraddha somehow or other, then he is qualified to do Bhakti Yoga. And does he need to be detached? Na nirvinno. No. No need of getting full detachment. Even if he has some asakti, no problem. That bhakti will take care of removing all that asakti. Now he can 24 hours he can do bhakti. If he got that shraddha in what? in Krishna, in bhakti, if he gets Shraddha. And what is that Shraddha? If I simply do bhakti, I don't need to do anything else. Like you are saying, like Prabhuji was saying, that Krishna will do, he doesn't need your money. Who has the Shraddha? A bhakta will have the Shraddha. A bhakta who has this type of Shraddha, full Shraddha he has, that my Lord is fully capable. He doesn't need anything from anyone. He doesn't need me to work and bring him something, then only he will eat. If he wants, he can create whatever he wants. This whole creation is coming from his energy. Why he will need me to do anything? Is he not capable? That type of Shraddha when a devotee has, then he is eligible to give up all karma, to give up all jnana 24/7. He can do bhakti. And does he need to have detachment? No need. Na nirvinno. He doesn't have, like a jnani needs detachment. Even if he doesn't have detachment, full detachment, no problem. Na ati asakta. He shouldn't have too much attachment also at the same time. Like a karmi. Here it is said, karmi, who's qualified for karma, kaminam and anirvinna. There is no detachment and is full of desires. So this devotee, if he is full of desires, ati asakti is there, then he won't have Shraddha. He won't have Shraddha. If he is full of material desires, then he is not qualified for bhakti. Then he has to go and do karma. So, who is qualified for jnana? Who is qualified for karma? Who is qualified for bhakti is said. For bhakti, what is the qualification? Shraddha. Shraddha in Krishna, Shraddha in bhakti. For jnana yoga, what is qualification? Detachment from all results and from the work also. For karma, what is the qualification? No detachment and lot of asakti and full of material desires. Therefore, he will be engaging in so many activities. One more point to sum it up, Krishna is saying, Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyeta yavata mat katha shravanadavva shraddha yavanna jayate. Tavat, until that time, karmani kurvita, you should do karma. Tavat karmani kurvita, until that time you should do karma. जब तक ना निर्विद्यत यावता, जब तक डिटैचमेंट नहीं आ जाता, until you become completely detached, you have to do karma. You cannot give up karma. Detachment means full detachment, no desires, no karma, completely. And that means full detachment to the fruits of your work, right? And no identifying with the body. Until you come to that point, you cannot stop karma. Or that's one option. Then you can, if you get this detachment, you can go to Jnana Yoga. But if you don't get that, the other option is Mat Katha Shravanadavva Shraddha Yavanna Jayate. And if you don't get this Nanirvidyata means detachment, you don't get. But if you get Shraddha, in what? Mat Katha. Mat Katha Shravanadavva. In hearing and chanting my glories, if you get Shraddha, then you can also give up. But if you don't get, you neither got Shraddha nor you got detachment, what should you do? You have to do karma. There is no other option. So from this, what do we understand? Answering this person who's saying that if I don't work, how the temple will run? You are thinking that without your work, the temple won't run because your Shraddha is in your karma. You feel, unless I work, I won't get any result. My karma is what is giving me money, and that money is only running the whole show. So I am doing my karma. He's a karmat. Karmat means one who believes only in karma. That person is not qualified for bhakti. When I say bhakti, I mean 24 hours bhakti. He's not qualified. So such a person, what will you preach to that person? What is Krishna saying? Let him do karma and offer the result to the Lord. That's what he's qualified for. Karmarpanam. He has to do karma because he didn't get faith in Krishna, in bhakti. He didn't get dridha shraddha. So he will feel like that. Such a person must work only. Because if you tell him to stop work and join the temple, he didn't get dridha shraddha in bhakti, he will become a cheater. He will become a mithyachari. So you should not advise such people to give up work and join the temple and 24 hours you do devotional. You should not reach to them like that. You should engage them in work and take all their money and give it to Krishna. And you inspire them. Yes, very good. You're working, you work hard. Give all your money to Krishna. Because when you give to Krishna, that money, whatever you are giving, it is actually helping you progress in Krishna consciousness. And offer it with love to Krishna. right? Offer it with love to Krishna. That will help you develop a taste for hearing. In Katha, Krishna Katha, you'll get a taste by offering the result to Krishna. So offer. That's how you should engage them. But they cannot challenge you or challenge those devotees who dropped everything and they are just doing, because Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Krishna is saying, you simply surrender, give up everything, all dharmas, all duties you give up and you simply do. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijani priyosime. Isn't it? So you always think about me, you worship me, offer obeisances unto me, you become my devotee. Krishna is giving this assurance. So, but who should do what is important? What is the qualification? Someone who didn't get this Shraddha, he must do work and he should offer. But that work, all of us are working now. Because we didn't get full faith in Krishna consciousness. We are not doing 24 hours, we are not doing. Because we didn't get that full faith. So therefore, partly we are doing bhakti, partly we are doing karma. But that karma that we are doing should also be done in the mode of goodness. Therefore, we need Daiva Varnasrama society. Simplified karma we do, and that will also help us in moving towards bhakti. Therefore, we need Daiva Varnashram society. For that only these classes are being held, so that we understand the importance of Daiva Varnashram society to come to Shuddha Bhakti. Okay? Saujanya Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Like, in all the schools, apart from your regular, like how we see in Christian schools, they have religion subject so that they teach them, and like now in India, I don't know how it is, but even when we were studying, we didn't have one another subject as religion. When I say religion, like this knowledge, like what just by studying getting degrees you don't get that other knowledge, right, Mataji? And
No.
now you don't have time to go to other schools, but if you make that as one subject, at least the consciousness starts,
Yeah.
at least, right? I mean, if we tell somebody go to Varnashram Dharma school, why they'll go, Mataji? It's very difficult. You're already buried and drowned.
Correct. That's
Ah,
why we have to start with devotees first. Other people
yes,
will
Mataji.
not. So first we have to, that's why Prabhupada said you start with devotee communities. Prabhupada's plan is every ISKCON center in the whole world, wherever we have an ISKCON center, just like normally you will see with an ISKCON center, there is a Govinda's restaurant.
Mm, mm,
Every ISKCON center should have a Varnashrama college.
mm, mm,
Every center should have Varnashrama college. And the devotees should be teaching there. The devotees
mm,
should be the teachers in that Varnashrama college, teaching the skills, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya skills, not just Bhagavad.
Yes, yes.
Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya skills are taught there to
Mm,
start a simplified lifestyle so that you don't have to depend on this
yeah,
system outside.
right.
And Gurukula, like you said,
Mm,
children, right from the beginning, they are taught.
mm, mm,
Gurukula,
mm,
Bhagavad Gita is taught, these
mm.
things are taught. So that where it will happen. If you go and
Yes.
propose it in outside university, they will agree.
That's what,
No.
Mataji. It's like something better than something is better than nothing. Like that, even if they don't want to do that subject, they should allow even people from ISKCON as once a month to go, and that they should make it recommend. If not ISKCON, let them anybody who can teach them dharmic values. Now, how it has become. You have to go to school, get degrees only because parents they feel, Hare, how will they get values? Then you extracurricular activities for Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita in India. That's how it is. And again, there also competition,
No,
memorizing this.
Mataji, we cannot go and in their schools
Mm,
teach something. They will still control it. They will control what you teach, how much you teach, and they'll try to
yes,
control you.
that's
That
also
won't
true.
work. You should have your own school and call
Mhm.
them to our school and teach what you want to teach. That's the way to go.
Something has to happen that either parents or something so that kids
No,
get that.
the program roadmap is given by Srila Prabhupada. He said, start with Varnashrama College. To
Mm.
start a Varnashrama college, you need teachers to teach in the college, and teachers will be you and me, all of us.
But
So
Mataji, even if we have college, a person who is studying already in other colleges, how will they come to Varnashrama college?
what is the need to study in other colleges? He's studying in other colleges to get a degree with which he'll get a job outside. We are saying you don't need to take a job outside. You earn your livelihood. We are teaching you the skills with which you can live your own life, and you don't have to, pay your bills and this and that. You'll have your own land, you'll have your own house, you'll have your own occupation, your family maintenance, society, everything is taken care of. Plus, you have so much time left to progress in Krishna consciousness. Who will not accept this? But first thing is they have to see an example. They have to see an example of people who are already doing it successfully. Therefore, first the devotees have to do it, because we are already in the system. We already have the goal set in our mind. We have committed, we have taken initiation, or we are aspiring for initiation. We are chanting 16 rounds for so many years, right? We are following 4 regulative principles. Now, it's easy for devotees to accept this. It's easier to preach to the devotees now, and let the devotees start. Whatever congregation that we have in the temple, every week, every Sunday when we meet in the temple, like you have Sunday school, after the Sunday program or before the Sunday program, if it is an evening program, maybe in the afternoon, the devotees, congregation devotees should come together like we are doing right now, this speaking about Varnasrama. Like this, we should have a gathering and come and discuss this speaking about Varnasrama book. What is Srila Prabhupada's vision for the Daiva Varnasrama society? And also, each person must take one responsibility, like one field of your interest where you want to teach. And you should start doing research. Let's say you take up cow protection. So if we were to start our own in a small community, like all of us have, we are going to live in one community, right? So if when we live in one community, we need to have a goshala there to provide milk for the, we'll have a small temple also there for the deities and for all the families there. We'll have a goshala. So for that goshala, how to maintain that goshala, for the cows, everything. And following the traditional means, traditional ways. So we have to do that research. There are many people who are already doing it.
But
So
do we have that colleges now, Rao Mataji? Are there any Varnashrama colleges by ISKCON now?
not yet, Mataji, unfortunately. So the way to start Varnashrama college is also like this. This is how it has to start. When we feel the need for myself, right? I need it, then we will do something. When we are looking for someone else to do, it's not going to happen.
So when did Prabhupada tell about this Varnashram Dharma as part of
Oh
his
my God,
regular?
70s.
No. I meant to say, Mataji, he was doing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Then he came to US. He started preaching. So when did he emphasize about this Varnash? Is it parallelly like when he was doing like his
Yeah,
regular time?
all the farm communities that he started, that is, the idea is starting Daiva Varnashram Society only, New Vrindavan, 1969, Mataji. And towards the end, like in 1977, even the last video of Srila Prabhupada, you will say, it is very important that we have to be in the mode of goodness. And how you can come to mode of goodness? This Varnashram society, Daiva Varnashram society will facilitate that mode of goodness. From mode of goodness, coming to pure devotional service becomes an easy step. It's like you have to take 5 steps, climb 5 steps. It's difficult. But in between, if you give another step, put one step here and then go. That is like here we read today. Preliminary, right? Yes, Mataji. Priyanka Mataji saying once I showed a picture. Yes, so they are working on that. So that is, yeah.
Oh,
like
that picture, Mataji, that one, some bullock cart, people were going. Oh, okay,
yes,
okay.
they're actually working, no doubt. They're
Which
doing, actually, I shouldn't say there is no Varnashram college. His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Maharaj is actually conducting, but it is not around the year full-time running program. It's not like that, like how we have seminars once a year. So in the month of
summer
December,
course.
summer course, like that, for 1 month they invite devotees from all over the world. Varnashrama college, so in Mayapur, yes, there is a Varnashram college. It's called Varnashrama College Foundation, VCF,
Okay.
like that. So they're doing, but it's not like, full-fledged, it's not yet there. That's the thing. So the way to start it is like this. First, we need Daiva Varnashrama research team. This is that where we are talking now. This is the research team. Of course, we didn't go to the stage of research yet. Some devotees started a little bit here and there. But when we seriously start doing our research, so someone takes Ayurveda, someone studies Gurukula, someone studies cow protection, someone agriculture. What are the crops that
Yoga, whatever.
yeah, all these things. So when they've learn all these things, then what you do is when we meet Sunday, each devotee who did his research, so after every 3 months, 4 months, right, each person will have sufficient material which he has collected, so that he will come and he will share with the group. This is my, so you have to prepare a curriculum to be taught. So when you're doing research, that's what you're working on the curriculum.
Very
So when we
nice.
have the curriculum ready, that means we have at least the basic department skills that we need to start a community. And we will actually start a Varnashram college. That means now it's not just us discussing, we will
Yes.
invite students, come. So initially it can be just the congregation who are coming, please come and you attend, and each one of us will be teaching our particular subject. You see?
Mataji, I have to retire soon to get this done.
Ah. And then
Have to put an end.
when you see this happen, and then after that, when they become equipped with the skills, now one or two families who are willing to, now you have to purchase land also.
Yeah.
This property, Varnashrama society, will be owned by the Grihasthas. They will buy it with their money and it is their property. It's not like, it is some, you're giving donation or anything. No, it's yours, your society. So the devotees, the families who have money, they will invest in that, right? And they
I
will transfer
remember
that.
you telling me this idea.
Yeah, and we build, so someone, one of us knows how to, will research how to build homes. So that person will lead the project and engage others, and together we'll come and we'll build homes. And those families who are willing to drop everything and go and live on the farm, they will go there and they will start living there and do maybe do some agriculture or some cow protection and a small temple. They'll start. And initially to give a push from here, we can even support financially for them because they may not be able to be self-sufficient immediately. So for
At
some
least they
time,
started.
the families who are living in cities still working, they will be financially supporting them to gain a foothold. After that, once it starts getting established, more and more families will move to the society. And eventually the idea is we will become a self-sufficient Daiva Varnashram society. And society, it's not just farming. You need Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. This is very important. Because if somebody attacked your society, we should be prepared to defend, isn't it? So Kshatriyas are also needed. But without giving proper training in Varnashram college, with enthusiasm, if we just went and, we have some money, we bought land, we just went there, then it will fail because we are not properly equipped how to live there, how to survive there. That was tried before in ISKCON. People went and got land and they went there, and after some time they don't know what to do. They could not continue, sustain there. So that is why in the beginning itself, Srila Prabhupada said, Varnashrama college is the way to go. First, you become equipped, get the knowledge, and then step by step. And we cannot expect that it is going to happen immediately. It may not even happen for us, but we will be doing the groundwork to pave the way for the next. Maybe our children will be able to go to the Daiva Varnashram society. But someone has to do the work. If everyone is thinking, anyway, my life is over, why should I do it? If our fathers and grandfathers didn't plant those trees, mango trees, and those trees,
Yeah.
would we be enjoying the fruit today?
So getting that like-minded is all like what at least somebody started, and then I'm sure there will be vision and it will
This
work
book,
together.
Mataji, because we are devotees, we are all followers of Srila Prabhupada. Speaking about Varnashrama Dharma is Srila Prabhupada's words, his vision, and it is not his independently his own idea. This is coming in Parampara. The word Daiva Varnashrama society is coined by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
So it's not about just Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, but Prabhupada also started like, what does that mean for all of us? Ultimately, get to Varnashram Dharma.
No, ultimately, Shuddha Bhakti we want. That's what Srila
But
Prabhupada is saying. Now people are confused, right?
mm,
They're in chaos.
mm,
The government is, taxation, and
yeah,
then, so many problems, financial problem, this problem, that. They're confused with the current system. In that
yeah,
situation, if you tell them you have to do 24/7 devotional service, they'll be
yeah.
thinking, if I do 24/7, how I'll pay my bill, how
They
this
get
will happen,
lost.
that will. So Srila
Yes.
Prabhupada is saying they won't be able to take it. So give them preliminary help. Preliminary help is this Varnashrama system. This is preliminary. By this, they can become peaceful. They don't have to worry about their material survival. Then now,
Root cause.
yeah,
Root cause.
now
Yeah.
you give them Krishna consciousness. Now they will be peacefully sitting and hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting. And the goal of all members in that society is pure devotional service. So
It's
very nicely in that association, everyone will be progressing. This should have been done in the
way
60s
back.
and yeah, way before. But it has been neglected, rejected, and so many things. So that's why it's postponed. But if we don't do now, you look at the world situation, the way wars are going on, it is essential. It is a need. It's not like a choice anymore.
Root
We
cause.
need
Yes.
this. Srila Prabhupada said, the people, when there will be wars, they will be coming in millions to take because they won't have even food after war. Where
Yes.
is food? We are not even allowed to grow food. All
Yeah.
we know is go to the store and buy,
By
packets of food,
they
right?
they don't
Grains,
even know
everything.
about the self-sufficiency, how you can do, like how.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, when the coronavirus happened, the wave happened, what happened? All the stores, aisles were all empty. Imagine if that situation continued, what will happen to all the people out of starvation? Because
Yeah.
we are not taught how to grow food.
How to
That is
grow
not,
this.
we need food to eat, but that is pushed somewhere in the back. That is controlled by somebody else.
Yes,
It is
the
making us
entire
so dependent.
system. Yeah. Mataji, this reminds me two things, like how Jaganesh Prabhu, he did, and then he had a vision. He did his own farming, whatever.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then the second thing that reminded me is when we were studying in Satya Sai Baba College, we had this summer course that before starting the college, they used to give 4 to 6 weeks like crash course only about like what does that mean, what is that we are doing, like only about adhyatmic, and we had one subject religion also, but I'm just saying at least that consciousness started because students are young, like they're just starting their life and they feel nice when they hear all this if they like it, but that's separate story. So I think that's how, like, even Prabhupada wants that Varnashram college. So
It is essential because our goal is pure devotional service, but to come to pure devotional service, we need this step. We are thinking simply by chanting Hare Krishna, we are all going back to Godhead. But the problem is, we all know we are not even able to chant Hare Krishna properly.
yes,
So for
Mataji.
us to be able to chant Hare Krishna properly, we need that favorable atmosphere that
Atmosphere.
will be provided by this
Yeah.
Daiva Varnashrama society.
Otherwise, you struggle, frustration, like you're lost. Like you
Yeah.
said rightly, like we get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Matej, I took away this little time.
No
Sorry.
problem. Thank you. It was nice
Ha-
discussion.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna
ma'am.
Mataji.
Hare
In
Krishna.
this Sadhu Sangha, there was a group. They came and they projected and they told that they have started in Texas. There is a huge land they have brought and it's called New Navadip Dham.
Wow.
And they're trying to do that. Like they have already started the way you are telling, like, small temple, then cows, they're growing the vegetables and they're looking for that and they're selling lands in cluster. Like, devotees can buy 20 acres together, 20 devotees for 1 acre, $25,000. Buy it, build the house and move there. Like that, they were just, they have already started somewhere in US. But I agree with you, like this knowledge is definitely right, but we need to do something. Other
Actually,
than that, there is no point. Like somebody has to start at some point. Either we go like with the Texas devotee and do, or we start in our Pennsylvania. Something has to be done rather than just, you know. Of course, knowledge is definitely required. If people don't know, they need to know what is it. Then they will have that faith to do Varnasrama Dharma. But at some point, we need to do it here.
yeah, we need to do it here. How, we think the solution is we'll all go to Mayapur or we'll all move to Vrindavan.
Right? Yeah.
How many people will Mayapur
Yeah.
and Vrindavan accommodate?
Mhm.
Right? So
Yes.
we should have locally
Yes.
everyone in that particular temple, the community should make that facility for the people of Pennsylvania to come, or even Philadelphia, and then
Yeah.
have other centers in other places. Delaware, they have their own community, like that. We should form communities. This is how Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said how to divide the society based on Varna and Ashrama. He gave a clear plan, and that is the way to move
Yeah.
towards pure devotion.
Mataji, you had told us this. I remember you told us this. This is how we did it 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
When we were going for the walk, you said, Mataji, this is how. I said, Mataji, the plan looks so good. But how many people will have that idea? to have that community. But somewhere it has to start. Let's see.
Ultimately, Mataji,
Yeah.
we cannot do anything. This is my thing.
Krishna.
My conviction is Krishna will do.
Yes.
I have to show Krishna that I'm willing to,
Do.
do something from my side.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
whatever capacity I have, I'm just using that energy to at least bring an awareness.
Yeah.
And then someone
Awareness.
else
Yes.
will, like a relay, right?
Yeah.
So one person does something, covers some distance and hands it over to the next person. That person will run and hands it over to the next person. So to keep that
Somewhere we'll
relay
get
going,
that connection. Yeah.
we have to keep doing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but the plan is clear.
Something to
Education is
think for
essential.
me also, Mataji, from this class. I'm like, okay, what does it mean for me for my retirement? Will I
Yeah.
be working like this forever?
Exactly.
I have to start
Okay,
thinking.
thank you.
Thank
Jayarani
you, Mataji.
Mataji, sorry, you wanted to say something, Mataji?
No, Mataji, oh, I wanted to read, that's why I had raised the hand, but
Kal.
now the time is
Tomorrow you
Kal.
read first, Mataji. So we do it Saturday and Sunday. So tomorrow we'll have the next session. I really appreciate all of your participation. Thank you so much. We will continue tomorrow.
Mataji, I'm glad it's in the weekend.
Yeah. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So I wanted to share a couple points for implementing Daiva Varnasrama Dharma. Maybe I just take your inputs also. What you think about it? Uh, the system largely depends on qualified brahmanas who are genuinely spiritually advanced, learned in scripture and self-control and detached. And Prabhupada repeatedly warned that modern day caste brahmanas are Brahma Bandhus, they are one unqualified by their behavior. So without true Brahmanas, Varnasrama becomes a formality, and there is also, even in the outside, there is the idea general misidentification with birth based caste system.
Right.
Most people mistake Daiva Varnasrama for the rigid uh, caste by birth system. And Srila Prabhupada and all the great acharyas rejected this and emphasized that there is quality and activity based system, re-educating people to distinguish between uh, this is very difficult these days, especially in India where casteism is deeply rooted in everybody's heart. And there is this modern economy and social structure also, Daiva Varnasrama relies on there's a term called agrarian based community with local self sufficiency. Like if you take an example of implementing that in Philadelphia, we have to move out of city.
Absolutely. Yes.
we, and we, just like you mentioned, like we need to have the land, we have to grow our own things. And there's a but today's economy is globalized and capitalist. Moving devotees into rural life and rebuilding natural that kind of life is difficult due to dependency on more modern system. We have fallen ourselves into that system, and it is coming out of that system is getting so difficult.
Yes, it is actually. You're absolutely right. So our idea is to become completely self-sufficient. We
Mm,
don't want to have any dependence. And as you rightly said, it's not going to happen immediately. And it is not even advised that you just drop everything and go there. It has to be step by step, slow process. But we should at least start moving in that direction. Because if we don't even, so it starts here, what we are doing now. Understanding the need. It is essential, it is needed, absolutely needed. So then from here, so we start with education, with awareness, then getting the skills that we need to survive there. All that, when all that is done, then you start getting land. And then, now you have committed people. Then you start moving. And even when you move, it's not like everyone drops and goes immediately. Just as an experiment, one or two families go there and they are funded by those devotees who are already here. And meanwhile, this Varnashram college is still running because we'll be recruiting newer members. That will go on continuously. Like the temple is there, the Varnashram college will be running, education will be going on. and the families will be sent. Especially, as I said, there are 4 movements: Sankirtan movement, temple entry movement, initiation movement, and the last one is classless society or Daiva Varnashram movement. So those devotees who are mature, who are initiated, who have been in the movement for some time, right? They can actually take lead. They can actually start moving there. And then when in the Sankirtan movement will still go on. The brahmacharis, they will be living in the temple and they will be cultivating, bringing new people. They will be trained up in the temples, city temples. And after they're trained up and after they're initiated everything, then there will be families, right? Especially families, they'll be sent to the Daiva Varnashram society. So every temple will have its own society. As you said, it has to be in the outskirts. It shouldn't be in the city. It'll be in the outskirts somewhere. And yeah.
There is this one major issue that I see. Also, another issue is that internal challenges within our movement. Like, there is the consensus on how to identify burners among devotees, or how to manage temples or versus rural projects. There's concern about,
Yeah.
like, how do we?
Management is done by the families only. It's not a temple property. This society is not a temple ISKCON
I see.
organization. No. It's like you buy your home. So like you form your own society. A group of families, they buy land together and that belongs to you. And how you will run that? You will form your own, administration there. The family. That's why all this preliminary training is done.
Mm-hmm.
We will be equipped with all the tools we need to function there. That is why hastily going there is not recommended. Getting all the tools, getting proper training, and that's why I said not just how to grow food. Kshatriya training is also given. Kshatriya training is not just fighting, administration, how to run the society, how to rule. That training is also given. All this training has to be given first, and then we have to move. And this is not just, oh, an experiment and we'll try and it didn't work out, we'll drop it. No, this is a permanent change. So that means very thoughtfully, systematically, we have to make this move. And not just one, the whole society should become like this, divided. The entire planet should be divided into groups, Daiva Varnashrama societies. Then individually, each society will be progressing towards pure devotional service. So it's a long project.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Seed was planted there back then. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the whole society should be guided by the principles of pure devotional service. Think about
Prabhupada
it.
also said that like 50% of my work remains unfinished, referring to
Absolutely.
establishing Varnasrama.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mataji, this reminds me Amish community. Have you heard Amish
Yes. Yes.
community?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
they do, Mataji. Here near Nishamini State Park, they come once a year. Very nice.
Yes.
We can also build one community.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
only here the goal is pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti. That's the thing. Varnashrama societies you have, like, you have Karmi Varnashrama, impersonal Varnashrama, a regular Varnashrama, Asuri Varnashrama. We want Daiva Varnashrama. Daiva Varnashrama means we are living this lifestyle to save our time, simplify the life so that you spend most of your time in bhakti, hearing, chanting, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting Hare Krishna. Everyone, all members will be working in that direction. So that's the difference. But yes, certainly you can take, some, examples from them, how they are growing their food, what are the,
Yeah.
vegetables that grow here. Yeah, you can certainly take.
They're committed also, right? Just
Yeah.
like that, Prabhupada is saying, I mean, let them do their own, but we have to do Daiva Varnashrama because now that you know bhakti like that, that is what you mean. Ah, okay, now I got it. Sorry, Mataji, I didn't understand that part first. When you said the other Varnashramas and that, so that's why it's called Daiva Varnashrama. It didn't click in at that time. Sorry, Mataji.
Atulya Harinam Prabhu, were you saying anything else?
No, Mataji, I thank you. It's an interesting discussion.
Yeah, so we'll continue.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Mataji, I
every
didn't
Saturday,
even
Sunday.
hear when Prabhuji was saying. I thought he was done. That's why I said, I'm sorry.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, all of you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki jai. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द। Thank you.